Alex Borstein,
Yeah.
the voice of the mother
Family Guy.
and the Family Guy, you said is
I gotta stay away from this one.
one of the most racist.
I gotta stay away from
You
this
can't get an answer?
I cannot. I gotta stay away from this one. Can't get in that one.
Can't touch it.
Yeah, I'm trying to clean up my act.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You had after our interview, you had a situation on, I guess, the Corey Holcomb show.
Yeah.
Which, from my point of view, I thought was some sucker shit on the other dude's part. You know, it seemed like y'all was there cracking jokes,
Right.
And doing what y'all usually do, and then he ended up taking a swing at you.
Yeah.
From your point of view, what did you
Well, I
think
made
of
a
it?
mistake. My mistake was number one. Corey was always my dude. I remember at one point in time when I was on VladTV, we used to do a skit called Real Motherfucking Talk, and it was just, real street dudes sitting around having honest, open conversation. And two of the dudes who I recruited to be on the show to do that sketch from the very early beginnings was Earthquake and Corey, who I had a great deal of respect for. I still got a great deal of respect for Earthquake. And as a comic, I still got a lot of respect for Corey. It's different now. So I don't want to act like I somehow made Corey or anything like that, because I certainly didn't. But I definitely reached out and said, hey, dog, I love what you do. Come get on this joint and let's do this. So I made the mistake of being too comfortable. I didn't know Zoe Williams. I assumed he was a comic. And when Corey said, hey, this is Zoe on the show, this is my man, that's all I needed to hear. Your man, who's my man, is vouching for you. We friends and family now. And every black person knows this. They used to call it back in the day playing dozens. Whatever you want to call it. Italians call it breaking balls or whatever. We get around each other. We talk shit like we do at the barbershop or on the street corner, in the locker room. And I just thought that's what we was doing. You know what I mean? And listen, man, clearly I have an aggressive personality, which is, why people sometimes say I'm an asshole, or they don't know me, but they assume what they think I am, just because I have a very personality. You know what I mean? I'm from New York. I wear my hat a certain way. Right, I got flip flops on now, but
yeah, you're a big dude.
I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got my Timbs. So that's just who I am. So we're engaging, and I'm talking just as naturally as I would talk. Like I said, if we was at the barbershop or we was, at the crib chilling, motherfucker, what? Nigga, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Man, shut the fuck up. I'm doing this. And, I'm a professional asshole. I'm a professional shit talker. So apparently I push buttons that he wasn't designed to have pushed. And, shit got where it got. But again, that's my fault, because I put myself in a situation where I just automatically assumed everything was everything. Where normally, look, man, when I'm not on stage, when I'm not doing what I do, I'm real quiet, man. I'm only when I'm in a certain arena or when I'm around friends and family and I feel comfortable. But I've had people tell me, dude, you don't even seem like a comic. Because when I'm not on stage, man, I'm real quiet. I'm to myself. I don't make a lot of noise. So yeah, man, I just, I jumped into something without being more mindful and cautious of, look, you really don't know this dude, so you might want to watch your steps. And look, man, Corey wanted to say that I was drunk that night. Listen, I've been drunk. I know what drunk is. I wasn't drunk. I had some Tanqueray and juice. I was feeling, I was feeling in the mood, but I certainly wasn't, oh motherfucker, not by any means. But I talked to my boy who used to play linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. We get on the PlayStation. And he said, hey man, just brother to brother, just fighting rules 101. When a nigga tell you, shut the fuck up, I'm talking, bag up. And it was funny now when you look at it. But yeah, man, I mean, fuck, it be what it be. And a lot of people sat there and said, and I got off Twitter for a while. I got off Twitter, I got off Instagram, because I knew the jokes was coming. And it wasn't so much about the jokes that was gonna bother me. It was the fact that me knowing how I am, I would have responded to him. And then it would have been a plethora of just motherfuckers talking shit to me, and I'm fuck you, and I would have been Tony Montana Scarface balcony scene ending. You fuck with me, you fucking with your best. I would have been going at it. So I was like, you know what, man, let me chill out and let me let the storm die down. And then once it subsides, I'll get back on. Because a lot of people would say to me, I read some of the comments even when I got back on, some of which were very funny. I remember when I got back on, one dude said, God damn, you just now waking up from that beating? So I could take a joke with the best of them, just be funny. But a lot of people went, man, you was a bitch because you didn't do this or you didn't do that back. And it's like, look, man, here's the reality. While I might not be Kevin Hart, hell, I might not even be Mike Epps in terms of stature, I still am somebody. So the decisions I make come with repercussions. So I thought about it, and I thought hard about it. And again, maybe because at the time, you know, with the Tangeray, my first instinct when it happened was just, you know, cover up.
Yeah.
Then once it was over and we got separated and Corey's like, chill, chill, and people telling him to chill, chill. I just, in my mind, I went, okay, if I retaliate, this is gonna come with a price tag. You know,
Right.
maybe he calls the police, I get arrested. Already got this cloud that hangs over my head in Hollywood as far as being this particular kind of guy. Now because of who I am, TMZ jumps on it, and it just fuels a fire I'm not trying to start, or I'm at least trying to put out
Right.
from what people perceive me as. So,
Right. And you have more to lose.
and I have more to lose. That's the other thing. Like Jay-Z said,
If I shoot you,
if I shoot you, if you shoot me, you famous. But if I shoot you, what's a nigga to do?
I'm brainless.
I'm brainless.
Yeah.
So, but then I also thought, you know what? I can make a phone call and have 50 goons here, and this nigga will get dealt with. That way it ain't even on me. But then that comes with repercussions and consequences. So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, your manhood and your pride and your ego get involved, and you want to prove I ain't no punk. I ain't no bitch. But you also got to think, for all the people that's calling me a punk and a bitch, they not going to have to endure what I'm going to have to endure if I make this move. Yeah, you want to be a keyboard warrior, you want to call me a punk and a bitch all you want to, but at the end of the day, to satisfy an ego, to satisfy what motherfuckers is saying, oh, you got to think about all that. Now, I'll say this, going forward, if I ever find myself in a situation like that again, and if I even smell some potential shit, I'm gonna be on my P's and Q's.
Right.
But again, I'm 42, not 24. So you gotta think about all that shit before you make a move.
Let me tell you a very real situation. So there was two Bay Area rappers. There's a rapper named Kafani and a rapper named Filthy Rich, right? Some pictures came out about Kafani that looked a little gay, right? And this dude, Filthy Rich, started talking shit about him, started making diss tracks about him. And, you know, he was hearing all the comments. It was getting to him. What does he decide to do?
Well, that night I was in the studio doing a second diss record to with the Filthy Rich diss record. Was in the studio, and then we planned to go shoot a video real quick for the first diss record I put out. So basically, we was going to his turf to go shoot the video. So it was about like me and 10 other people. We went to his little block on Foothill and Seminary. And so we went to one, I was over on like a corner, ended up driving off from the rest of my entourage, and ended up going to the little side block, and the cameraman starts, you know what I'm saying, we started doing a video. Next thing I know, a dude with a hoodie walk up, and then I think one of my people tried to shake his hand, and then he was like, pretty much like, what y'all doing here? So one of the dudes I was with was like, oh, we shooting a video. And then, so dude introduced himself. My boy introduced himself to the dude. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm Kafani or whatever. So when I say I'm Kafani, the dude started walking aggressive towards me. So when I see him walking towards me, I'm like, you got a gun or something? And he was like, man, do it look like I got a gun? And so I was like, I'm like, yeah, it look like you got a gun. So I'm paying attention, but he's still walking towards me. So I'm like trying to walk away because I kind of I felt he had a gun. And so, like, next thing I know, like, he pulled something. I seen him reaching for something. So I tried to run, and then next thing I know, I was just on the ground. I got shot in the neck. I got shot a couple times in the chest and in the leg. And then, so basically the fragments from when I got hit in the shoulder is what ended up hitting my spine and severing my spine. So that's why, I'm paralyzed right now. But, I got faith. I'm working every day in therapy trying to get back. So, saying it ain't stopping nothing.
I can guarantee you that if he could go back in time and not do that and just swallow his pride and just say whatever.
Pride gets you in trouble, man.
He's in a wheelchair. He's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Over some social media beef.
Let me tell you something. I know the movie didn't get rave reviews. It certainly wasn't up to par with the NWA movie. But I watched the Tupac movie on the plane. Mm-hmm. The line that stood out to me the most was when I think the actor is Clifton, let's say Powell.
Yeah.
And I know Clifton. Clifton's been in everything. But he tells Pac, don't let what you do for 5 minutes get you 50 fucking years. Mm. So it's like, again, does that mean that in the future, if you try to slap my mama or hurt my kids or violate my woman or violate me, I'm gonna just go, I ain't gonna do nothing? Of course I'm gonna do something. But at the same time, there's something to be said for calculation. Mm-hmm. Just because it ain't done immediately doesn't mean it won't be done. Now, there are certain things that cause for immediate action. And again, if I'm in a situation where I'm forced to do immediate action, I will do that. But, I almost like, tip my hat to the mafia motherfuckers. Let me smile. Take a step back. Don't let them see it. Don't let them see it coming.
Right. Well, you had mentioned at one point that you were suing. Did that ever happen, or is that still happening, or no comment? I guess that's my answer.